Welcome back to the channel. Let's explore together. Today we're checking out STARSET Something Wicked. This video is brought to you by you guys. If you want me to react to something, you could go to my website. It's in the description and you can ask me to do so through there. Blah blah blah. STARSET. I get sent STARSET a lot. This one had the comment that this is like the most unique thing STARSET's made or something. I don't like STARSET. We've tried. I don't like this band. I understand what it is, but it's far too generic for my taste of what they do. It's far too safe for my taste. It's like this weird, ethereal, we're making a space odyssey cinema rock, but we take influence from metal and juxtapose it where it doesn't belong. Juxtapose probably not the right word there, but you get what I'm saying. Anyway, here we are. Again, I only watch STARSET when someone makes me do it because I don't want to just keep returning to a group I don't like. But, you know, for money, I'll do it. You won't like it. You won't like the results. You're probably not going to sell me on this band, but who knows? It's the most unique thing they've done. Something wicked. Let's see how that's defined here. Loving. So is this a soft song then? Is that the shtick? Hating. It sounds like Linkin Park again. This band really just sounds like a not as good version of Linkin Park every time. Every time I even hear them do a different style. This sounds like the way Linkin Park does their dramatic things. But Linkin Park, not always. I mean, in Linkin Park's later days, really everything almost after Minutes to Midnight. So in most of their career, after their first 3 or 4 albums, because I would count the collab with Jay-Z as an album worth note, they only had like 3 or 4 good songs on each of their albums following. Some people really liked their last album, the last one they made with Chester, but that was more retroactively after Chester died. When the album came out, most of the fans of Linkin Park didn't like it. There were some pop rock fans that really liked it, but the Linkin Park faithful did not. So anyway, all that to say that every time I hear STARSET, it sounds like the way Linkin Park sounded in the bulk of their career that was very commercial, sellout, and not really that memorable. Every now and then you'd get a good song out of Linkin Park, but who remembers their albums? They released a lot of albums over the Transformer years of their career where they were making movie songs, but most of the songs nobody remembers. They weren't good. There's like 2 or 3 good songs on an album. That's what STARSET reminds me of. So, and people tell me that there's like 2 or 3 good songs on STARSET albums, and I've heard one song that would indicate that's true. So it's like STARSET's whole career is Linkin Park's bulk of the what would that be? The 2010s. The 2010s Linkin Park is the whole career of STARSET, where the albums are mostly filler songs with a couple good ones. If you're a STARSET fan, I don't know why you're here unless you just like the you like the pain. I don't know if it's a good thing when all the lyrics of the song could be captured in a tiny little subtitle in the bottom corner. we're very slow paced here.
I've been digging through the dirt that was left behind. I've been dredging through the mud for rain.
A little more auto-tune on his voice than I would like for this kind of a feel. I love soft songs. I'm a sucker for some soft emotional tracks, but there's a couple of factors that I need for it to work. One is very personal and either thought-provoking or emotionally impacting lyrics. If you do a very randomly poetic soft song that doesn't resonate, I'm not gonna like it. You know, there have been a lot of bands that have done that, and their soft songs usually just go forgotten on their album. A soft song works when like you feel the emotional impact. I've never heard this band do lyrics that are emotionally impactful. That's not what their intention usually is. And these lyrics kind of fit that mold. It's very poetic, interesting lyrics. I'm not saying they're bad lyrics, but it doesn't really draw you into like a slow, deep, emotional type of a feel. And then his voice is very synthetic on this, very pitch corrected, like heavily. It's not like the T-Pain autotune sound, but you can hear how gratuitous they were with the pitch correction to give him that technological, robotic sort of voice that he has in most of their songs. I don't know if it works here.
There's nothing that's alive or dead inside.
And if you can't hear how heavily pitch corrected this is, I don't need to ever try to trust you on interpreting music at all. Like that last line we just heard, heavily pitch corrected, like really heavy, really fast release times and sharp pitching to the notes they wanted.
In you, I'm in there.
Like you hear that, you hear how it just got flattened out to just be exactly the note and nothing else. This is heavy autotune. Well, autotune. They either use Melodyne for pitch mapping or autotune graphing for pitch mapping. It doesn't sound like they just sent it through a filter. It sounds like they individually corrected each note.
The crucifix in my hands alive.
Why is that?
'Cause nothing ever kills you.
Are you talking to a vampire?
Water down the pain to the well and try.
Are we talking about something else now? Okay, we got another religious thing. I don't really feel like there's an actual story here. I feel like we just got a lot of cool poetic words to make it seem dramatic. I'm gonna have to see where else the song goes. Right now, it hasn't really told a very structured story. It's just poetic words strung together to make a very loosely coherent tale, which is usually what STARSET does. Because again, they like the cinematic sort of rock experience, building lore and characters, but that's not personal. That's not an emotional connection unless you're very invested in the storyline they've created, maybe kind of like a Harry Potter moment where you see something happen to the characters, and because you know these characters, wizards have an emotional connection to you in that context. Maybe that's what they're going for here, and that's why it's going to be missed on me. But it doesn't feel like something as a song on its own right now that has emotional impact aside from the way that they're staging the sound.
And it not rose to the top again. Back like a long lost friend.
I think we're talking about his evil, the demons or whatever. Yeah, that's what we're talking
about. Oh my God, is this where the dreamer ends?
I don't know.
Dark where the light had been. Lost at the war within.
Yeah, so he's battling his inner demons, and sounded like earlier he was talking about possibly external demons, but it could all be allegory for battling his inner demons, and that's why the cross is a lie and the religious things. It could be that. It could be a million other things. This seems like a song that's written to have whatever interpretation you want, which I really don't think works well for songs with this emotional tone to them sonically.
And it cried back in the world again, here for a new revenge.
Now we're building, but knowing STARSET, we're not really going anywhere too crazy with this build. I just hope to God they don't somehow manage to slip in one of their generic rock hooks into this song. That would be that would be a catastrophic failure of design.
And enemy I can't condemn. Oh my God, is this where the liar ends?
Flashing lights.
Dark where the light had been. Lost at the war within.
Chill, bro. Chill with this light show. Crawling in my skin. A much better version of a song with similar lyrics by, Linkin Park. Who would have thunk it? You know, one of the reasons Crawling works, which does have very similar styled lyrics to this, some like almost feeling like the religious bars, but not really talking about like inner demons and how it impacts people around you and how people around you impact the inner demons and dealing with that monster in you coming back. All the same concepts in Crawling. But Crawling understood, since you could interpret that in so many different ways and it was such a lyrically ambiguous and poetic song, the best way to approach it is in a big rock type of a song, or in a lot of other genres. But to save it for a song that up until now has been very slow and somber and now is just a slow rock symphony, it just, why are the lyrics there? You could have replaced these lyrics with any other lyrics and the song has the same emotional impact. So why are you putting lyrics that seem like they're trying to have emotional impact that don't really work in this way? People weren't listening to Crawling by Linkin Park and like crying, and this song's trying to give you the impression that you should feel like this deep emotional thing just because these are somewhat emotional topics. But it's just, this band just confuses me to no end. Every time I hear them, I understand like logistically what they're doing, but I don't understand the appeal. They're definitely different in that they do things bad, which is why I think they're not super mainstream. They're like midstream. And I think that's why. We're screaming now. I mean, you guys, STARSET fans, are accusing me of always wanting screaming. I don't think it's earned here. I don't think we've built the right amount of emotional build to be screaming. The song seems to have gotten to a big enough point to scream, but you should be screaming at like these huge emphasis lyrics. Like we've gotten to a big revelation of the song, or a huge moment of just epiphany or emotional breaking, and we haven't earned any of that. So the scream just seems like they just wanted it to feel more impactful than it is. So the I Have Come Undone would make sense to scream there. That one, that was a good lyric to scream on. They kind of weirded out how the scream, it like when and you could almost not even hear it under all the rest of the distortions, but at least that makes sense. So good job. Now we're all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Are we literally doing Humpty Dumpty bars right now? Won't put it back in place. We are doing a Humpty Dumpty scheme. I mean, that's fucking appropriate at this point of the ludicrousy of these lyrics. Just throw in Humpty Dumpty. Dear God. This is a thumbnail moment. Humpty freaking Dumpty. Oh my God. They really did it. What? I was saying that mostly joking. I was just being a smartass. I didn't expect them to actually be doing that. One more time. One more time for the band memeing itself. We can't be serious. If you've made it this far, I'm imagining you're not a STARSET fan, but STARSET fan or not, can we comment Humpty Dumpty bars below? Just that's your comment. I don't care if you don't usually comment on YouTube videos. I don't care if you're not subscribed. I just want the comments flooded with Humpty Dumpty bars or Humpty Dumpty lyrics or Humpty Dumpty something. For everyone who probably is going to be criticizing me for like not being good at analyzing or breaking down lyrics, you're wrong, and you didn't make it this far in the video. But if you did, it's time to edit your angry comment to, well, damn, Humpty Dumpty bars. I guess you were right about this song being lyrically devoid. Yes, I was. They're just throwing shit and seeing what works. Sorry if I'm the first to tell you. And then we said Serpent again. They really want to ride on that, making this feel like, ooh, it's edgy and religious when it's not that smart. Screaming again, because why not? And the one song that the screams were the least earned by this band, that's when they threw them in. I should have freaking known. Uh-huh. Something wicked. Like your music, but not in a good way. Yeah. Yeah, for a while with STARSET, I was a confused onlooker thinking maybe this maybe this band is better, and I just haven't been introduced to the right songs. Now I know, I mean, they're not that good. You know, they're musically talented, but what they put together, it's just devoid of real content, and that's not music I like. I've said it about them before, and I'll say it again. If I'm gonna listen to music lyrically and emotionally devoid of content, I'm going to listen to pop, because it's just packaged in a more perfect way sonically. There is so much good rock and techno metal and other genre bending that this band does that's got emotional integrity to it. There's just literally no reason for me to listen to this band unless I just didn't know better, and I didn't know that other bands do the same style with actual emotional brevity to it. But anyway, you guys go ahead and like it. I'm not mad at you if you like it, but you're not gonna get me to like it. And unfortunately, being a professional musician, I'm able to articulate my dislikes without just being a hater, which makes people more mad at me. And you'll love to see it. So until we explore again, I'll see you next time.